Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings be upon you guys. So this is my last tutorial of my 4 basically episodes. Can I call it episodes? I don't know. But basically I had the 3 previous tutorials. The first one was almost like just a foundational, like basic what you need stuffs. And then I started building upon that. So I'm only really focusing on the background vocals of basically what I've done, and I started off with a very simple one followed by a more complex one, and this one is going to be the most complex one that I've done today, and I've actually released this one as a nasheed, and you guys can listen to it on my channel or on iTunes or whatever platform you basically know me on. So cool. Anyways, okay, cool. Since I basically had some problems, it started to freeze again, and I'll have to get that checked some other time. So I disabled a lot of tracks. I disabled me rapping, the chorus, the bridge. I disabled a lot of things, but the core, the structure, I kept. And that's what I'm going to go through. So the first thing is the very beginning. I'll press play.
You see here, kid? You gotta just go for it. You just gotta bend your knees.
You can hear
take a deep breath.
That's not my voice.
Jump. And you might think.
And I got that from somewhere else. So sometimes I just wanted to say sometimes I have 3 main ways that I make my nasheeds. The first one is just my voice, as I've demonstrated in the previous tutorials. The second one is getting samples of somebody else's voice, and then I'll just incorporate it into my nasheeds. And number 3 is the plugins which I have, in which I use it's still somebody else's voices, but I have a lot more control of what I do with that voice, as demonstrated in the 3rd tutorial. With this one, I got other people's voices, as you will see. So the start, I showed you that's not my voice, and it's just an introduction really. But
you just gotta think.
I'm gonna go to the first element, which is I'll take the plugins and the equalizer off, and I'm gonna just solo that. Just kind of like straight after he talks, my voice comes in, and this is the voice that comes in. I'll include them as well. It's quite out of tune. So that's 3 different voices. A high pitch, a medium pitch, and a low pitch. So we'll listen to them individually. The medium, which sounds like this. Basic. And then there's the low one, which sounds like this. Ooh. And then the high pitch, I know I can't really touch that tone, so I tried to do it my highest and boosted it up a little bit. No, that is my voice. That is my high pitched voice. And then together they sound like that. But let's go just on the normal voice. I'll tell you what I put. So I put the Waves plugin to make sure that I hit the notes in the correct manner, and make sure that sometimes I'll go off note and it helps me, it pushes it back into being on the right note. And then the EQ, I kind of like just did bass. So I took away the 2 ends, basically unnecessary noises on your ear, and in my voice I have a lot of vibration. So as you can hear, I go it's a lot of vibration, and something that can be really annoying on the ears. So I always duck this number 2 here. I always put it a little bit lower. It reduces that level of sound. Nicely compressor, I make it all sound at the same volume, and I add reverb, so it's not so harsh and it's a little bit echoey. And then here I did more on the compressor. I reduced a lot of my high-end voices, which is not really needed. And this is what it sounds like after. Before and after the editing. Subtle. But then when you add the other two into it, with their plugins, as you can see, the high pitch, I did almost the same thing, except with the higher pitch, I went a little bit higher, but I helped the pitch correction correct my pitch, and I pushed it a little bit higher. And I took a lot of the high ends off, the same thing, but I left the high ends on the low thingy. So it sounds like that. So I use that as my bass. I also want a, that was a bass. And then I says, okay, fine. I wanted to add an extra sound. So the sound which I added was this. I will keep the, once again, it was very much basic stuff. I didn't change too much of the EQ. I try to keep my voice as natural as possible. It's kind of like, yeah, and once again, I try and make it all at the same level, and I take away unnecessary noises. And you will hear, so I added this. And at the same time, I decided to add some beatboxing. And the only real beatboxing I did here is just and difference with sauce. Something I'll go and that's it. Once again, very basic stuff. Compressor, compressors. Try and make it all sound level. EQ, take the high. Saturation, make it a little bit thick with some reverb. And a lot of EQ. No, I thought I did a lot of EQ, but it looks like I didn't do too much EQ in either. At least not here. And this is what it sounds like with the beatboxing. Yeah, so we're getting somewhere. And then I decided to do a bridge. Bridge is kind of like an introduction to the chorus. So I added this. Which in reality, I only really just took the high out, and I took the beatboxing out, and everything out. It was very plain. And I added and then I added the extra part, which was this do 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 do. So and then I took the, now it's just the do 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 do. This yeah, so the bridge was actually finished. The bridge was only here, and then I started adding these noises, which is you will hear now. And this is when the chorus entrance. So what I did for the chorus, listen. It's the exact same not pitches, but the exact same kind of like rhythm as these ones, as I did here. But I basically just was doing it with ha-has kind of thing. So I was going ha 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 ha, something like that. Anyways, so you can hear. And then, as you can hear in the background, I'm saying da tutero, da tutero. And I'm just really just adding more and more sounds to it to make it sound more fuller, more complex. And really, I'm really trying to bring an energetic vibe to it. I think a lot of nasheeds are very mellow, that only makes you sit down and ponder, which is great. But I was very much pushing to the idea of maybe we should use a happy and an energetic, a very igniting feeling that we should use in the sheets to promote our happy feelings towards our religion, and positive, happy, summary type vibes. So that's what I try to do. By the time we got here, I decided to put the as you can see here, these top 4 basically, and the the same thing again as but just with the lower end, more tatuteros, and and more just ha 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 ha. So when you combine all of them together with the beatboxing, that's what it sounds like. Take everything out. I keep the high end, add some other ha-hats. I don't know why I pull the ha-hats in. Then it goes back to this. Then my second verse comes in with this. And that's how I go about it. On the basics, that's all I really focused on. The end, I ended it a bit different, but I didn't add any more sounds than this. I had a few other sounds, which I took off, was trial and error. Once again, trial and error is so important to keep trying, what sounds, what goes better, what maybe. This one, I had it on, I did this like a year ago, and I just didn't do anything with it. And I just didn't have an idea, and then one day, like, I came back to it and I said, oh, it sounds nice with this, and I started to mix it. Then after having all that sound, I put it through into these. So there's the beat, which is really beatboxing, and the background, and I added more equalizer to make it sound more clearer, in the way which I felt was necessary. So let's just see the plugins, and then use them and see what it sounds like now. So once again, it's not much. I use a lot of this Isotope Nectar, which is just basic EQing, and reverb, delay. The Sers are just basically if there's a lot of s and ts and ps and when you're doing these things, it just reduces that s sound. Doesn't sound annoying to the ear. This tone centric is basically another plugin which I bought, which kind of like makes your voice thicker. In this case, I was using it on the beatboxing, so it doesn't sound so it sounds thicker really, and as well as basically it separates from the voice like the other stuff, so it doesn't all sound like it's the exact same person doing the same thing at the exact same time. In a sense it is, but I didn't want that complete feeling. The same thing I applied for the other ones, and sometimes I use a voice one, which kind of like makes the voice stand, gives you more of a voice feeling to it. I don't know what that is, but anyways, I used all of that, and then I put it into this master track, which I mastered it. But I won't turn that on yet, if at all, actually. But let's listen to it now. I'll turn the master on. Can you see the beatboxing has a lot more echo to it now? And that's basically it. That is my walkthrough through this tutorial. I do not know. It's starting to make a lot more sense, right? Now I'm going to tell you what I did for the the other sounds which I added. So let's go back and I'll tell you the other things which I added. So there was the entrance.
Your knees, take a deep breath, and jump.
It was the entrance, and then there was a voice of a guy. I like a part of his voice, so I says I'm gonna keep that.
What if you don't?
And this is how it starts.
What if you fly?
Oh wait, wrong one. This is how it starts.
What if you fly?
Feel like I'm flying. Feels like I'm flying.
Naturally, he says, "Feel like I'm flying." I didn't do much EQ again. I did added echo, added some delay, so it has a little bit of echo. No EQ. I don't even know why this EQ is turned on. And yeah, I don't know why the EQ or compressor is turned on. But yeah, so I kept this voice, and there's another one which I added, which was this one. It's kind of like a voice chopped up. Just saying whoa, 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 but they chopped it up. Anyways, so I added that as well. So this is what it sounds like.
What if you fly?
Feel like I'm flying. Feels like I'm flying. Feel like I'm flying. Feels like I'm flying. Feels like I'm flying. Feels like I'm flying.
And then my verse comes in here. I say something like,
Feels like I'm flying.
it's good to feel warm on a cold day. Life is beautiful, no you don't say. And life every day is a blessing, so take every day in a way like a birthday. So turn hearts into cold, brightness in your face like a note of the soul. Keep on shining, journalists our goal. Allah guided us, Allah's in control. And so you get that idea. So, but then the chorus comes in. I'll skip the chorus, and then I'll go back to another part which I add, which are other voices.
Better hear what I've got to say because you won't get it again. You gotta know the truth because the truth will set you free.
And in a nutshell, that is the elements which I used in how I went about doing this nasheed in particular. If you want to hear the whole thing, I'll leave the link in the description box. And basically, to summarize, yeah, I'll leave it at that. I'll actually release another video after this, so I'll leave it at that for now. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.